So with the newest announcement of Season 4 for Guilty Gear Strive, a lot of people have been asking a very simple question. Where character? With Season 3 having a lot, and I mean a lot of highly requested characters, next Season Pass is shrouded in a lot of mystery and intrigue. Who could possibly be next to top this amazing list of characters? What amazing things does Arc System Works have in store for us next? I have no idea. I really need to stop exploding in these videos. However, after playing this game for 3 years, talking to as many members of the community as I can, and spending far too much time staring into the void, I believe I should throw my hat into the ring and talk about which characters I think should be in Guilty Gear Strive Season 4, along with which characters I think are actually going to get into the Season Pass. So let's do that. Let's talk about what characters should be in Guilty Gear Strive Season 4. So how are we going to do this? Well, I have 2 different lists that we're going to be switching between throughout the video. The first list will be my actual unbiased guess on which character I think is going to be announced for Season 4. This is based off of multiple things, previous trends in Season Passes, rumors and whispers I've heard on the wind, data that artists themselves have given us, and my strongest ability, common sense. I know, it's a rare power nowadays, and I will use it wisely. However, the characters that I think are going to make it into the game aren't exactly the ones that I want in the game. So the first prediction will be my actual guess based with, I want to say evidence and fact, but honestly, it's kind of just gut feeling. And my second one will be my dream Season 4 list, with as much bias as I want. So let's get started then, shall we? Arxis has supposedly gone on record saying that the character popularity poll didn't have a massive impact on the resulting characters in a Season Pass. However, considering that every character that came out in Season 3 has been a very highly requested character, I'm calling bullshit. So taking a look at this list, there is one character that stands out high above the rest that still isn't in the game. It's not fucking Robo-Kai. Dizzy is a staple of Guilty Gear, being in every game after the X series. She was a really big part of the XX story, and has a lot of connections to the mainstay cast members. She's Kai's wife, Sin's mum, and Soul's daughter, along with having connections to all of the Valentines. Plus, she has a very strong connection with Testament. Because of all of this, she's a pretty big part of the series. It's a shame she doesn't really do anything. In-game, Dizzy is a set-play Zona character who gets her ice mouth to yap at your ankles and keep you locked down while she does Dizzy stuff. Her entire game plan involves staying away from you, putting Oki pressure on you when she can, and summoning different things to annoy you, aka my worst nightmare of a character. She is a very, very highly requested character, so I would imagine that she's probably going to be the first one to kick off the season, since they like to do a massive character announcement at the start of a new season. I'd rather she stayed at home, but you know, we can't all get what we want. You know, they've done a pretty decent job at adding characters who are missing from the older Guilty Gear games, especially ones from the X and XX series of games. If only there was another character who's been in every Guilty Gear since Guilty Gear X and still hasn't made her Strive debut. I've never been more angry at leakers than when they gaslit me into thinking that Slayer and Jam were coming in Season 1. Out of my previous wish list of characters, there's only 2 characters that haven't made it into the game yet, and trust me, we'll get onto the other one later. But Jam is a very, very fun character that I have wanted for a very long time. Being a strong rushdown character who is able to empower her different special moves, Jam has a very big place in my heart, being an absolute gorilla. What does she do? She's the funny kick lady. That's who she is. It's really weird having her be in every game from the X series to Xrd and not showing up in Strive at all. So maybe they could finally actually rectify that and give her something to do. Out of the remaining XX series of characters, there's only a few that are still eligible for Strive for different reasons. Either they're already in Strive, they're canonically dead, or they're just not here yet. If we look at the remaining list of characters though, there is only one who is left standing alive and has a viable chance of getting into Strive. I'm of course talking about Zappa. Like, come on, think about it. Cliff and Justice are both dead. like, long dead. And Robokai's just a floating head at this point. And while I would love to say that Holy Order Soul could make it, well, he's Soul bad guy now. So Zappa's kind of like our only choice of a character that's able to actually make it into the game. And given Abba's surprise appearance and almost fully intact kit, I wouldn't be surprised if Zappa actually came back to Strive with a lot of the bullshit that he had in XX. Zappa was like a summon puppet character. He had multiple different things that he would summon randomly that would change the way that he played, all building up to his massive super summon that just killed you, I think. I don't know, I never really fought Zappa. He always seemed like an interesting character, and it'd be cool to see him come back in a new, refined state. I kind of don't want 2 summon zoners in a season pass, if I'm entirely honest. So what else have we got? Catman. Listen, I've never played Guilty Gear 2 in my life, but that is a fox samurai man with a beard. Like, he only has 3 paragraphs on the wiki, and I've literally never heard anyone talk about how he plays. He's perfect. With the way that the last season pass worked, we had 2 general characters who were in most of the Guilty Gear games, an XX representative and an XD representative. Since we already have Zappa coming in for the XX representatives, we should probably try to find an XD representative. If we look at the XD specific characters who are left, basically any of them could be in the game, if I'm entirely honest. We've already had oddballs like Bedman make their way in, and Leo being a fucking launch character. So any of the ones that are still left from XD could have a viable chance of getting in. I'm putting Answer on the list. Listen, with the list that I already have, we have so many Summon Zona characters that having someone that did something different would be really nice. And while I think that Kom-Hye-kun would be cool, mainly because it'd make Proxy happy, I want to manifest Answer into this world. Besides, none of the remaining XD reps were really high in the popularity poll anyway. If you're being beaten by fucking Robo-Kai, something's not going right. Answer is a ninja. Can you tell that I ran out of time and had to shorten these paragraphs? He likes to set up little sigils all around the arena and use them for high-low, left-right mix-ups, which look very cool, but I'm not going to pretend like I understand how they work. I think it'd be really cool in Strive. Having another character that's able to do set play Oki that isn't Milia would be an interesting thing for the game, if I'm entirely honest. It'd probably piss me off, but it'd be pretty cool. But do I really want Answer? Kinda. But he's already on the first list, so let's move over to my actual what I want character, which is weird because I'm saying this and I've not done this for any of the other ones, so it's a little bit jarring. If I'm entirely honest, we're getting to the point where I'm not sure what other old characters I would want out of the Guilty Gear roster. I'm quite content with everyone that we've been getting recently. Like, I've been getting a lot of characters that are very fun and very much up my alley. Fuck, Slayer's coming out at the end of the month. Like, I'm in a good mood. So how about we try something a little bit different? How about we make a new character, you know? A lot of characters have never been playable in Guilty Gear despite being in the lore for a very long time. And Strive has been sort of rectifying that. The big example is Asuka, which I kind of wish they didn't do that. But Happy Chaos has also been around since the end of XD, so you know, they've been doing it. However, I would like to see a completely new character represented in the engine of Strive. There are quite a few characters that still haven't been playable. A lot of people want the Dragon Man that I forget the name of. Dr. Paradigm. It was Dr. Paradigm. Or Gabriel, which would be interesting because we have canonically seen him fight. However, I don't know, dude. I'd want a character that, like, is heavy rushdown and has a mechanic where he fills up a bar from level 1 to level 3, and then when he gets to level 3, all of his abilities are just enhanced and better versions, and then, like, it goes down. So the idea of the character is to try and build it up to the top to then spend all the resources to be, like, really plus on block and do really crazy combos. Listen, we're not getting Hoss back unless time travel bullshit happens. And I want Hoss back. So just make him into a new character. Just have some, like, fucking prodigy come around and, like, ooh, I'm a fiery boy. And now he's just like, it's Hoss. It's just Hoss again, but a different guy. Oh, you know, we could have time travel bullshit. I don't really care. All right. Listen, people really want Robo-Kai. I'm not gonna pretend like I get it, because I don't. If your name isn't BP Tank, honestly, I don't think you deserve the right to ask for Robo-Kai. Have any of you actually played him? Don't lie. Unfortunately, fortunately for me, right now, he's just ahead. He's helping Venom out with his little bakery. So hear me out. What if Venom comes out of retirement and he uses Robo-Kai as a ball set? And now we can make the Robo-Kai fans really pissed off. Venom's a character that's been around for a very long time at this point. Being in XX and XR, he is a funky kind of character, having a lot of weird setups with all his different balls and the way that those balls interact, and I'm not gonna pretend like I understand it again. But he's an interesting take on the Zona Rushdown character, being able to transition between both methods pretty easily. I think in Strive, hopefully he would keep that kind of general game plan of being able to set up balls and all of them interacting in different ways, so we can get some weird setups that just catch the opponent off guard. And also, it's Venom. People have been asking for this guy since the start. Just put him in the game already. Also, then I could make a video about it and be like, Venom! But I don't want Venom in the game. There's someone else in the game that I really want, that I've wanted since the first time I talked about this list. I want a crossover character. Now, I know that guest characters and crossover characters are a little bit controversial in the world of Guilty Gear, mainly because it's such an intact world that having someone else come in doesn't quite make sense. If you put Ryu in Guilty Gear, no, just wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't add up. And that's my firm belief. Apart from one exception. If you look at the lore of Guilty Gear and you look at the lore of BlazBlue, the general concepts of the world are kinda similar. Each have a representative for the backyard, each have something representing the universal will, each of them have time loops, which is interesting. So, I don't think it would be too much of a stretch if we were to say, have a BlazBlue character fall through the cracks and end up in Guilty Gear, sort of linking the two universes together. So what exactly are you saying, Gecko? I want Ragnar back. I miss my boy, okay? I miss him. Spoilers for the end of Central Fiction, by the way. You have 3, 2, 1. They just let him fucking die. He just disappears. No one remembers him. What bullshit is that? I remember. I do. I just want to wait for him to be alive again. And since, let's be fucking real, we're probably not getting another BlazBlue game. Just dump it in Strive. Have him fall through the cracks. Put him in there, please. I don't care if it's unbalanced. I don't care if it's barely Ragnar. I want my fucking boy back. I don't know why this script took so long. I kept getting distracted while listening to Rebellion. And those are my actual predictions and my Dream Season 4 list for Guilty Gear Strive. What do you think? Do you think that I'm fucking crazy for saying that Venom's probably gonna get in? Do you think I'm an idiot for wanting Ragnar back? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll hopefully see you all next week. As always, a very special thanks to 64 MHz, Almost Nap Time, Cervantes de Leon, Cora HRT, Daniel Wiedericht, Edison Lottery, Fexo, Games.png, I am Naoto, It's Riley, Knife and Spoon, Criticat, MP04, Mr. Clen, Ray W, Sergeant Cubby, Super, Falcon, Tom Tanks, Velvet Puppy, and Zandatsu for being Tier 2 patron supporters.